Hello and welcome into this week's NASCAR Xfinity Series Rewind show right here on Racing News Now. As always, I'm your host, Garth Allen. Thank you once again for joining me today. If this is your first time catching a Racing News Now video, consider going down below to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a thing going forward from RNN. On today's Xfinity Rewind, we're looking back at Sunday's 9th annual CircuitCity.com 250 presented by Tamron. 250 laps, 218 3/4 miles around the .875 mile Iowa Speedway in Newton, Iowa. 7 caution flags in this race for a total of 48 laps, so a bit more incidents in this race than we had in the truck race. First one came at lap number 31 as the 52 of David Starr spun on the front stretch. Then at lap 50, the 35 of Joey Gase and the 78 of Vinnie Miller got together in turn 3, resulting in Gase getting into the wall. Stage 1 concluded at lap 60. Your Stage 1 winner would be Christopher Bell. No incidents in Stage 2, at least that would cause a caution. Stage 2 concluded at lap 120. Christopher Bell took the Stage 2 victory as well. Sensing a pattern here, Christopher Bell very quick in the early portions of this race. Or at least he was at the end of the stages. We'll see if that holds true to the end of the race. 3 caution flags in the final stage. First one at lap 180 as the 15 of Tyler Matthews spun in turn 2. Lap 217, Cole Custer found the wall in turn 2. Very slight rub of the wall. I was actually surprised they threw a caution for this because there really wasn't much of an incident to this, but nonetheless they did throw a caution. Cole Custer running in second when this happened. Lap 236, final caution of the day, the 42 of Chad Fincham spins in turn 2. 5 lead changes among 3 drivers in this race. Christopher Bell led the most laps, 186 laps, led by that 20 car in this race. 59 laps, though, went to Cole Custer. So Cole Custer was up there contending a lot of this race. And 5 laps also went to driver of the 11 car, which was Justin Haley. All right, let's get into your results. Christopher Bell led the most laps and won both stages. Did he pick up his 4th victory of the season today and 2nd in a row from the Iowa Speedway? Yes, he did. Christopher Bell takes home the victory in the Circuit City 250, holding off Cole Custer. These two had a really good battle for a lot of this race. It was very fun to see them go back and forth and have a great battle. Justin Allgaier there in third also put up a very strong battle in this race. Even if he didn't lead any laps, he put up a very tough battle with these leaders. Harrison Burton also very fast in this race. Shout out to him in his 2nd Xfinity Series start. Very strong run out of Harrison in that 18 car. And a strong run out of Zane Smith in the 8 car as well. Haven't seen him in the Xfinity Series since Dover. He came out very strong in this race. Not surprising, though, as he was really good at Iowa in the ARCA car last year. Rest of your top 10, Noah Gragson, Chase Briscoe, John Hunter Nemechek, Michael Annett, and Austin Cindric. 11th through 20th, Brandon Jones landed in the 11th position. Good run for Jeremy Clements in 12th. Justin Haley came home in 13th after leading those 5 laps. Tyler Reddick had issues early, got caught a couple laps down, and unfortunately never could recover from that and gain those laps back. He still ended up 1 lap down at the end of the race in 15th. Shane Lee in his first race with the new team in that 28 car came home in the 18th position. Joe Graf Jr. in his official first start in the Xfinity Series was supposed to be last week at Michigan. Unfortunately had to withdraw before the start of the race, so this technically became his first Xfinity start. Came home with a solid run in the 19th position. 21st through 30th, Ryan Ellis in the 99 car for BJ McLeod this week. He came home in 23rd. Ryan Sieg, an unfortunate fuel pressure issue for him, put him out very early. He took a hit in the points there. 30th for Ryan Sieg. Final page, 31st through 38th. Lots of these drivers start and park in this race, as a lot of them usually do. But that's your results from the Circuit City 250. So let's head over to the media center. We'll see what Christopher Bell and his team had to say after their 4th win of the season.
Man, that thing, my car was just so fast. At the first stage of the race, the long run, I was starting to gain on him a little bit and felt like that it was going to be pretty tough to pass them. And then we just had really good pit stops, really good adjustments, and just got our Supra extremely fast. Really early, late in the run, we were really good. So hats off to Jason, and he did a really good job today.
All right, so let's take a look at your playoff grid before wrapping up here tonight. Not a lot of movement this week on the playoff grid. Justin Allgaier moving up a spot over Austin Cindric now. First guy in on points with a very large gap back to Greg Galding there in the 13th position. That's the only real movement on here other than Josh Williams moving up a spot onto at least the positions that we're showing up into the 16th position as Garrett Smithley drops a couple of spots this week. Really, though, not a lot of movement here. We're getting fairly set in who is where on this playoff grid for the most part. Ryan Sieg dropped back closer to Brandon Jones this week, only a 5-point gap between those two in the battle for 11th. But still, that gap at the cutoff line is now 91 points between Brandon Jones and Greg Galding. So again, very rigid cutoff line at that 12th to 13th mark. Again, we're going to have an upset winner outside of the top 12, get into the playoffs to really shake things up here and make things exciting on who gets in and who doesn't get in at this point. Because really, at this point, we pretty much have our 12 playoff drivers set. It could change with a surprise winner, but outside of that, we're pretty set on who's in the playoffs this season. But that's your playoff grid following the Circuit City 250 from Iowa, and I believe that'll do it for us on this Xfinity Rewind. Truck Rewind just went up a little bit ago. ARCA Rewind also went up early this morning. Not sure exactly what time, but it did go up early this morning, early Sunday morning, talking about their race in Madison from Friday night. We've got post-race interviews from that all went up from all the top 5 finishers in that race. If you haven't seen those, go check those out. They're linked in the description of the ARCA Rewind, or you can just go to the channel and find those as well. That should be it, though, for this weekend. Diecast review coming up on Wednesday, as usual. It'll be Ross Chastain's Vegas winner from the Xfinity Series last season in that Chip Ganassi 42 car. And then we'll be back at the track on Saturday for the ARCA Trucks doubleheader at Gateway. I take that back, Worldwide Technology Raceway. That's what we're calling it now. So, kind of a mouthful, but that is the official name of the track now, Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway. So we will be there on Saturday for the ARCA Trucks doubleheader. So exciting things happening here in the next few days on RNN. So if you haven't done it already, you need to go down below, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a thing going forward from RNN. While you're down there, why don't you hit that big thumbs up button if you like the video. It is much appreciated when you do. But at that, this has been the NASCAR Xfinity Series Rewind Show. I'm Garth Allen for Racing News Now.